right. How about that first panel? We're good? You guys are learning? All right, guys. The Star Atlas universe is expanding, and it's expanding pretty fast. And the key to this growth is, of course, the community, builders, combined with the Star Atlas build program. So this next panel is going to talk about how to build with the Star Atlas IP and how you, builders, can build on top of that IP, which essentially you're building on top of the Star Atlas brand and programs. So this next one is moderated by our community director and the OG who's been here since day one, before this community even existed. Before, let me look, how many? 172,000 of you were ever here. This guy was here first. Let's give it up. You know who it is. It's Santi. Get over here, dude. Come on up. Give him a round of applause. The real OG of Star Atlas community. All right, all right. And we also have a few other legends that are joining him. Let's give it up to Funcracker. You guys know who he is. Give it up for Funcracker. All right, Arktype, come on up. Give it up for Arktype. Steven, come on up, sir. Give it up for Steven. Lorddo, oh boy. Look at this guy right here. He is representing, and last but not least, Njord.
Good luck, guys.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, welcome to stage, guys. It's crazy to me. We have been talking with these guys for well over 3 years on Discord every day, and we have come this far to be here on stage just talking about Star Atlas and everything that we're building, right? So it's a pleasure for me to be able to moderate this panel with you guys. I'm super proud of it. So
Happy to be here.
wanted to start with the thanks first. But yeah, as you guys know, Star Atlas, as Mona said, is expanding very fast, and that's thanks to these guys. These guys are committing their own time to build on top of Star Atlas, thanks to one of our programs like the Build program, where you can find our IP, assets, APIs, and documentation to build on top of Star Atlas. But yeah, guys, I think we can start with some little introductions here, so the people on the stream and here can know who you are. Do you want to start, Funcracker?
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Funcracker, Ronald in real life. I'm the co-founder of one of the OG guilds, or DACs, Aephia Industries. Thank you, thank you. Great to have some fans here in the front row. I'm also a DAO Council candidate, so you can still vote. Thank you.
Oh, on to me. My name's Joey. I'm an artist and a designer, and I'm the co-founder of Dark Core Roasters, which you might have tried some out here earlier on, and I'm also the founder of Atlas Grace.
My name is Steve Sabol, head of tokenomics at Puri, the community Web3 game, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having us.
My name is Lorddo, Skull and Bones. Been building for 3 years.
All right, I'm Njord, also known as Craig, founder of the Superphoenix DAO, and yeah, just looking forward to talking more about it.
Awesome, awesome. So we have great representation here on stage with us. These are all legends from the Star Atlas community, real OGs. But I also want to give a shout out to the people from the live stream, from their homes also, that are building day in and day out in the Star Atlas community. But let's get straight into business here. I want to ask you guys, like, why did you take this chance of building on top of Star Atlas? Why did you decide to do this? Anyone can take it. You can start from Funcracker if you want.
Yeah, sure. So in the end, it's of course a combination of several different things, right? First, of course, the passion for the game. I'm an avid MMO gamer, played World of Warcraft, many different persistent universe games, and this is really the persistent universe built on blockchain foundation that just fulfills, like, ticks every box, like that I could potentially come up with, like, what I want in a game. So that's, of course, the first reason why I'm here. And then the second is because of the composability and because of all the data being available on-chain, it's just so easy to build new tools and services and unlock knowledge for both, of course, the guild, but also the wider community. There's just so much to do, and there's also just so much passion in the community, and it really thrives and fuels us to just build cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great reason. Like, Star Atlas, we provide tools for people to build on top, And you can go a step further and build your own projects using our ecosystem as well. So I don't know if anyone wants to take it as well.
Yeah, I'll go. I had a little bit of a late start building on Star Atlas. I sort of was helping the community build a lot of their projects. But then after sort of meeting with the community, like seeing how passionate everyone was and how helpful everyone was, I think that really encouraged me to do something of my own. And with Star Atlas providing the IP, resources, and just, again, the community just lending a hand wherever they can, it was a little bit all too easy. And I love seeing other people building on this platform. It's just like one big family, and I just can't wait to see what happens over the years as more businesses and more people grow in this community.
Yeah, Puri is a game within the Star Atlas Metaverse game. Okay, so it just needed to happen. And what we're going to do is we're going to expand the Star Atlas Metaverse to like far away and beyond. We're going to target projects and tokens far outside the ecosystem to bring people in to the Star Atlas Metaverse. And we are going to be a net positive for the tokenomics of everyone that we interact with. And we're building like with Star Atlas to show that we can do a lot of good for Solana and the Metaverse.
So building or got into the game because I like space games. I see the power of the blockchain and blockchain gaming. So owning your own assets and being able to sell them after you're done with the game, basically. Yeah, it was a very attractive perspective. And I got into it and went full pool.
I know for me personally, it was when, early on with the white paper, right, and then the economics paper, coming from a financial background, that was something I keyed in on right away. It attracted me to the game early. I got in, I joined a guild, I bought ships and all the things like a lot of folks did. And again, the underlying, I think, econ of the game is what really drew me in because I could understand it. It made a lot of sense. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. And almost from the beginning, at least for me, I started looking at that sort of business opportunity, right? So what that might look like, I didn't know. But the reality is, Star Atlas is extremely supportive. Everything they're building kind of lends itself to third parties and groups like us to design these things, to build and go after it. So that was extremely intriguing. And then obviously when the Superphoenix ship came up, right, as it was out there and available for sale, that started getting the gears churning. And how does this work? How do we make this feasible? And so for me, that journey started probably a little bit over a year ago with the DAO, even though we've been relatively new out of the gate. But again, that financial component, which leads into kind of the idea of starting a business and working with Star Atlas on it and using the IP the way they're freely allowing us to do is phenomenal. That's what makes this whole thing possible.
Yeah, I like those points. I think it's important also to note that you guys were first community members, right? And then got into the game, started diving deep, you got into the Discord, and found your niche inside the Star Atlas Metaverse, right? And that is kind of what made you take the leap of building on top, right? Can you talk a little bit about that experience? I don't know where wants to start. Like, how did the community help you? Like, why is it worth it to get involved?
Sure, I'll walk it back, Santi. That's great. Because personally, the community was huge in me starting the Superphoenix DAO moving forward. And obviously, I can call out right here on stage. Arktype's been a huge help in the project, kind of one of the initial partners, along with Viking Benny, who's I'm sure listening today, and in charge of Heimdall, one of the other guilds, has been huge in helping me make connections, kind of run a lot of the community Discord piece. He's running the social media today while I'm here, which is great. So absolutely, some of the partnerships and the people that I've met, through the community, through the other teams, have been absolutely instrumental in being able to pull this together in the amount of time that we've had so far.
The community, when we started, was still fresh, of course. Our guild was fresh, like a month old when I joined them. They committed a mutiny from another guild. and
Through
the
pirates.
pirate way, of course.
They're pirates,
Yeah,
right?
pirates. Yeah, and we've been a close group, helping each other as much as possible, and yeah.
But you didn't know each other before, right? Like you
No,
met all in
no.
the community.
No, we all had in common that we want to blow up shit. Basically.
Fair. You're pirates. That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah. Steven, you guys also came like it's fully community born, right?
Yeah, we started off as like Puri is a pet, Star Atlas pet. It generated incredible controversy, and it just instantly turned into a meme, which turned into a coin, which turned into the game. It is the financial evolution of what this metaverse can provide, and it was completely started by the community. And it's just one thing leads to another. It's like the snowball of one thing into another.
Yeah, because I know that for Puri, like it started as a meme, right? Because everybody loved and hated Puri, like it was super divided, the opinions for our pet Puri. And the guys that are now running it are not the guys who started the coin itself, right?
No.
So it was a full also community transition to what it is now.
Yeah, they started a treasury. We took that over. We started putting people on payrolls. We started developing the game. It went from just being a meme to being like a well-financed game with a really great strategy.
Yeah, I think at first we were thinking, my co-founder, Atlas Theory, and I were thinking like, what's the minimum viable product that we could put out there to build? And we decided on coffee because we loved coffee. And then we realized like other people love coffee and gaming as well. And we started to build our community. And without them, like they're our audience. They're our taste testers. They're our people that test our game for us in our Discord. And we it's like we meet with them every day on social media, and it feels like family. And then you come to an event like this, and you've spent 2 or 3 years just talking to strangers with monkey PFPs, and then you get to meet them in real life, and they're just as genuine and real as you can imagine. And that's the biggest thing I think for us is, we love building a coffee brand, but the best thing is building the community.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like just sharing the same vision and building towards the same goal connects you, and it goes a long way. And I'm happy that we're meeting all in real life, right? Was it the first time you met your co-founder, like today?
Yeah, yesterday I think it was. So, but it was like an old family friend. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, Ronald, I know you guys also started very early in the Stratos community, but I think we were chatting yesterday. Like, I don't want to spoil you, but you didn't even know each other. Like, you don't know his face of your co-founder. But I'll let you take it.
Completely correct. No, when we set out to found Aephia, that was actually only because there was at that point in time just one other guild. And we figured there should be no one guild, like having full control of the whole player base. But I actually just don't have the time to run a guild per se. I did in the past, but life goes on. Then I met a guy who thought exactly the same. We figured let's just share responsibilities and just go from there. But just to get back on the rest, so I'm primarily busy managing a guild. I'm trying to, of course, step in and help where I can. But the magic comes from the community, from our members. So because we're an OG guild, we were very fortunate to get like a solid core of people who are super deep into crypto and speculation, investing, etc. And from that group, one of our IP projects, Elf, our NFT project, was born. And it was completely managed by them. And similarly, we had somebody in our guild who wanted to make a business around printing the 3D replicas from stateless ships. Got a yard station. And it's a super funny story, actually. We had a person in our guild who was like, I want to do something. So, okay, cool. What can you do? What are your skills? What do you want to do? And he said something, game developer. And okay, game developer, yeah. Okay, no use for that right away, but cool. And then later on, at some point, there was a brew, you may be aware, where people were going through, we have community-made games, we're doing cool stuff. And then this guy saw that as well, and he came back and, hey. I said, yeah, of course, we're going to do that. So one of the other IP projects that we're doing, Cataclysm, the game, which, by the way, there's an awesome board game replica at our booth, but it's all community. It's all community. It's all organic. It just all came together without anybody trying to do anything. Just people came to us and, hey, we want to do something cool, and they're doing that under the Aephia umbrella, which is awesome.
And this leads me to another question. I know we didn't have this one prepared, guys, but I'm thinking about the people listening at home that are gamers and that are not in Web3, and they may be skeptical about getting involved because of that. What would you say to them? Like, should they get involved in the community? What are some good first steps for them, like, to demystify, let's say, the Web3 aspect and that bad taste that it has in gamers? What would you say to them?
Try it out. No, I mean, the first step, and this may be join the community. Just chat with us. We have a whole bunch of awesome people who are absolutely willing to explain you the ins and outs and whatever concern you may have. The Stratlas Discord is a great place. The Guild Discord or our Discord, some of the people over here. Everybody would love to just help. We're still early. If there's anything unclear, I mean, of course, I will go into it later. We have also other resources, guides, and other stuff. But yeah, no, I would start there.
I would say it's more than just a game. If you're like not a gamer, there's a lot more for people than just games. Here, Arktype is starting a coffee brand. You know, we have card games. Even if you don't like card games, I guess you could do some other thing. But it's more than just a game. It's a community that's really like international, and it's a friendly community. Everyone's very open, very welcome. I came from outside the gaming universe. I came from outside crypto. I was just thrown into it, and now I'm a part of the community. And Star Atlas was my introduction to the Metaverse. Star Atlas was my introduction to crypto. So, and if it can happen for me, I'd say it could happen for anybody.
I'd say too, like we're all, well, most of us are like OG gamers. Like I grew up with an Atari and a Sega Master System. And, you know, when I heard about like Web3 gaming, I saw all the criticism, but I got in and I asked questions in the community. And that made me feel like a lot better because I would say like if somebody's out there thinking that, you know, Web3 gaming is, you know, full of scams and all that sort of negativity that comes with it, we want to hear it. Like us as a community, we want to hear like what problems are you facing like to get over that hurdle and just to get in and ask those questions, because if we can better prepare those answers for people and information and get them educated, then it's a wonderful world of ownership of your game assets.
Yeah, I would recommend forget about the crypto aspect. Like, it's a game. And in the end, we hope that the experience is so seamless that you don't even notice that you're on blockchain. Like, you don't care what the current games are using in their backend. So why would you care what this game is using? Like, it's still an awesome game where you can just blow up ships and...
Njord, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think, you know, the idea is that it will become much more seamless as we go. But I personally agree with the theme that, you know, it's inevitable, right? The ownership of Web3 assets in gaming, that's you know, doable with blockchain is just absolutely the way I see the industry going. You know, frankly, on-chain is the way a lot, I think, industries are going to go. I mean, I look at it again in more traditional finance, and even there's starts of it, you know, in that arena as well. So yeah, when it comes to the time and effort and energy that players put into games, and now being able to have that ownership and that record and that ability to move that forward and do whatever you want to do with it, I think, like I said, it truly is inevitable, in my opinion.
I would like to add that the negatives are optional, right? We would not all be here today, like sitting on the stage. We would have this event if this was a scam or anything like that. If we thought there was something going wrong here, we would not be here. So it's a choice. And what Lorddo said, like, forget that you're on blockchain, I get that. But I do want to emphasize there's a lot of positives that come, of course, with being on the blockchain. And we'll go into that, of course, later during various presentations as well. But I do want to stress that out, so yeah. Yeah,
no, exactly. I think you touched on a very good one, because at Star Atlas, the vision for us is, at the end of the day, be at the DAO, and this may be a concept that people don't know, but it's a decentralized autonomous organization, be our Polish token. We're going to decentralize the ownership of the game. So our vision is to really build a game that, at the end of the day, will be completely owned by the players. and players will be, you guys and the guys at home will be able to vote for what you want to see in the game. And we go as far as you can vote Automata, us, you can vote us out if we're not doing a good job. So it's literally the power back to the gamers. So
Player owned.
fully player owned and driven, and that's where we're going, and that's why we're happy to have you guys. I hope you don't kick us out yet.
You haven't finished the DAO yet, so.
Yeah, you need to finish my ship.
I don't have that much polis to vote you out, so it doesn't matter.
But yeah, guys, I think I wanted to ask a question about the future for you guys. Like, you're involved in the community, you're since the very early days. What does success look like to you? Like, how do you see your projects being in like a couple years from now?
Well, success, of course, starts, I guess, with also with success of Star Atlas. So I hope everybody in like 10 years is jacked into the virtual metaverse reality and playing Star Atlas and living and breathing and working over there. But for us, I think it would be, so we are creating a community-made game. I can imagine that perhaps Cataclysm would end up as a mini game in Star Atlas at some point. That would be pretty cool. And other than that, Elf will hopefully just keep making people money and keep drawing people into Star Atlas and just giving solid advice. But yeah, no, definitely looking forward to just Star Atlas taking things to the next level, and we'll just join. And we'll probably come up with a ton of different new things we want to do, new things we want to branch out our current projects, just based on the evolution of Star Atlas over time. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just for context for the people watching, if they don't know, you guys are all going to be presenting after...
Yes.
Yes. You guys are all going to be presenting after this one, so everyone will be able to understand like what these guys are working on. But I still want to ask you guys, like, what does success mean to you in a couple years from now?
Yeah, I think when you think about like a successful coffee shop business, you think of something like Starbucks, and you wonder like, will they be in the metaverse? And you think, why would a coffee shop be in the metaverse? And that took me a while to sort of get my head around. And these big companies, they're going to find Star Atlas. They're going to make their way in. And why would you scroll through like a 2D archaic website when you could walk into a shop? It might be Starbucks, it might be Nike, and you could pick the thing up and look at it, you know what I mean? It's so much more interactive. And it can also be a social hangout. So once you get that concept that it's a 3D website and people are going to want to come into your store, that got us really excited. And we know we're going to be competing with the likes of Starbucks or others, but we want to be the cult classic. You know, we don't need to have the big store like they do. We just want the OG people that would prefer to come to our store because of what we've been building over these years, and we have a different culture. And so I think that's what we're really excited for, and that would be success for us, is to have that status. Yeah.
I don't like coffee, but I'm down for virtual coffee, so
Exactly.
that's solid.
Exactly. I love the long-term.
This coffee's not very strong. Success for Purigachi means our survival. Success will be if we get to actually see our goals through. Everything that we write down in a white paper, we want those things to come true in some version or another. We want to be able to purchase NFTs. We want to be able to create sustainable rewards. We want the game to survive past, 3 months, 6 months, a year. And we want to bring a whole bunch of people into the Star Atlas ecosystem as we do it. So success for us means survival and actually achieving the goals that we laid out in our initial plans.
Success for Skull and Bones would be to finish up our on-chain management what we're building at the moment. And having a couple of trophies from Titans that have lost life, that will be definitely an achievement for us.
I love how you say that next to a Titan ship owner.
Be careful.
I guess success for us is going to not be that, right?
Help us blow up the other ones.
All right, now we're talking. We'll take that off stage. All right. So success for the Superphoenix DAO, it is unique, I think, even in that world of Titan ships and ship ownership and whatnot, because with us, and we'll talk about it more in the presentation, but really we're trying to create the virtual entertainment hub for Star Atlas, right? So I've been telling a lot of people here just throughout Breakpoint, and recently, I feel like we're building a project that's going to, in my mind, kind of fill in the gaps, right? Star Atlas is building the game, they're building the game loops, they're building the missions. We're building the location, the place where people hang out, where they socialize, where they go to events, where they see live virtual events, et cetera. So all the social experiences that go between kind of those missions and those groups. And success will be Dark Core Roasters franchise inside the Superphoenix where people can hang out, right? And them and many others, yeah.
I love that. I love that. So yeah, I mean, these guys are building cool stuff. I'm super proud of you guys. I have seen you being born, let's say, in the Star Atlas community. I have seen you from the start, and it's crazy to see how far we've come. And for Star Atlas, for us, it's super important to have a community like you guys, because every successful game that lasts for generations are the games that are able to be modded, that are able to be community run, that where the community can add stuff on top. And I do believe that with this community, with the blockchain aspect of things, in the future with user-generated content, we're going to be able to get there. And to the people on the outside, maybe watching the live stream, that are a little bit scared of Web3, I would say just get involved. You can see human faces here and a Grim Reaper as well. Don't be scared. Get involved. Get in the Discord. Get in their communities. All these guys will be able to guide you through the process. And we have a cool ecosystem that is being born, and we want to build it together with the community. So don't be scared. Get involved and join the Discord and their channels as well. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here, and thank you guys for your thoughts.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.